Hey everybody, Preppernurse1 here. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm going to adjust that just a little. All right. Hope everybody's doing well. I hope your week is going well. It's already Wednesday, which time freaking flies. Unbelievable. So I have changed it up a little bit. I'm not going to probably do titles anymore on my streams and just kind of put it up there very platonically. And we'll see how that goes for a while. And we'll see what happens. Maybe there might be some direct topic that I want to talk about that I may mention from here and there, but we're just going to kind of go with the flow and see what happens from this point forward. So welcome everybody, and just want to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. So please be decent to each other. Please be decent in the chat. If you have questions afterwards, please all cap locks for me because it stands out more if you do that. Oh, Greg Downing is his 40th birthday. Well, thank you very much, Greg. He says, consider it an honor watching on his 40th birthday. Well, happy birthday, Greg. And 40, it's a nice number. 40 was a weird number for me, I'll be honest with you. When I hit 40, that one kind of freaked me out. 50 didn't. 50 was like no big deal, but 40 was definitely a weird one for me. So I got to show you my cup here. This was my Christmas present last year from my niece, and so she sent that to me. So I figure, well, I'll use that one tonight. So, but all right. So anyway, I did want to mention really quickly. I wanted to say, I actually got to go get them, and I'll show the rings. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. So I wanted to show these two rings again, and then I will talk about who won each of the rings, okay? So the first one is a ruby sterling silver. I want to show you this. And so here's that ring, okay? So that is that ring. And here is the certificate of authenticity for that ring, all right? And that one was won by Helen Dixon. She is from Northern Ireland, okay? So if anybody knows her, let her know that she has won that ring. And that is the one that she won. So, and then, hold on 1 second. I'm going to get the other one out. And the other ring is this ring here, okay? And here is the certificate of authenticity for that ring, all right? And that one was won by Julie Cleary. Now, Julie already knows she won that ring because she made a comment, and she is from Ontario, Canada, okay? So what both of these ladies need to do is they need to shoot me an email with their information so that I can get these rings out for them. But that's really pretty. It's a really pretty ring. So they, again, I want to thank Maria for giving these rings so that people outside the U.S. could win. And so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's very, very kind of you. All right. So anyway, so those were the two. So anyway, so let's what was I going to talk about? Oh, so I got to brag on my daughter a little bit first, okay? So my daughter just finished up her last test today. She had 4 finals. On the one final, I think she got a 97. The other final, one of the other ones, she got a 93.5. And then she had another final today, and the one she did today, she got a 94 on. And then she had one other final that she hasn't got the grade on that one yet. So I think we're looking at Dean's List for that young lady. So she's pretty smart. She's actually sleeping right now. she came home and she's like, I think it's time for a nap. But she was up early this morning, so, but anyway, so that is that. What was I going to, so I wanted to talk about a couple things tonight. Now I did a video earlier today. We were talking about loyalty and stuff like that and how important loyalty is. And I like I said, I think if you got people that you can count on, I think that's the biggest thing in the world. It's real to me. It's really important. And like I said, I'm a loyalty guy. When I was working for this family, when I was working as a nurse and I was with the family for 17 years, and I basically told her, the wife at the time, I said, I will be here till Joe passes away, because that's how I am. She treated me awesome. She was good to work for. And I'm a loyalty guy. That's just the way I always have been. If I make a commitment to somebody, I stick with it, and I stick to my word when I say something. So, but that's just me. So, but I think it's important that we should all try to hopefully we all have somebody that we can count on, and I think that that's important. Like I said, I got a couple of friends that I know that I can always count on. And I've made a lot more acquaintances and new friends since then. And there's definitely people out there that I've met recently that I definitely could see that developing. But the ones that I'm talking about, I've known these guys for years. So, have you seen Ice Age Farmer's latest video on the food rationing? It's coming. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I know, Evan, we talk about the food a second. I think it's a good topic to talk about. I did not see that video that he put out, but, there is definitely a decrease in what was brought in, this year with everything that's gone on with the weather and stuff like that. And, I think it's really, really important. If you can do it, stock up as much as you possibly can, because food is key. I've talked about that a lot. I think food is really, really important. And, we really need to, we obviously you have to have water. Water has to be number one, okay? But like I said, for me, where I'm at, water is not an issue in any way, shape, or form. Between the rain, and it rains all the time, and obviously the snow, we have a lot of springs where I'm at, and and plus I have a well as well. So, if you guys remember when we dug the ditch for putting in the solar rack, we hit water then. So, so I developed that as well. So I think that those are important things to do. So, do you think the food, I think you're asking me, what do I think of the food shortage? I think it's going to be something that's going to be a reality. I absolutely do. I think it's definitely going to be something that comes to the forefront. As issues continue to develop, and it depends on what else develops, but you can't have better than 50% of some of these crops not be harvested and everything be okay. When you have more and more people, Cato says you can survive off of worms alone. I don't think that would be really good, though. Potatoes are really good, too. That's another thing that you can really eat that you can survive a long, long time on, is potatoes. But, it's just... there's obviously options out there, but food is going to be really, really important. We need to prepare as best that we possibly can for food shortages and stuff like that. I think that, guys, hold on a second. I got somebody scratching. Sorry about that. It's very cold tonight, and it's going to go down, I think, to about 7. And so Gelko was out, and he was letting me know he was ready to come back in. So, in Ireland, they're trying to get small holders to sell. Well, the things, again, that comes down to control. Think about this. If you can get a lot of the small farms to all sell to a big conglomerate, and they can basically control what's going on as far as growing and stuff like that, and what is grown. Do you prep calcium hydrate pool shock for water purification? I do not have that in stock, but I think that is a good thing to have. I have a lot of other options as far as purifying water, a lot of other options, but that is absolutely a good one. Pool shock to get is definitely a really good thing to have, and especially because it's in a powder form, it's going to last a lot longer. And so, we got, okay, Wolfang's going to get him. So, thanks. Nope, JJ got him before Wolfang could. All right, thank you, JJ. I don't know why people continue to try. It's unnecessary, and it's just a game. And what are you going to do? So anyway, yeah, I think pool shock is a great thing to have. Having several different ways to purify water is also going to be hugely, hugely important. And the thing, I think a lot of people, because of a lot of the stuff that's going on, people get scared and they get nervous and they don't know which way to turn, what to do, and those type of things. And I think it's really important that we always remain calm. Don't do things irrationally. Process it, prioritize, and then go from there. Make yourself lists. Lists are really, really important. Guys, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, I see we're at like 275 in the chat, and we got like 75 thumbs up. So if you haven't done a thumbs up yet, I would appreciate it if you would do that. And thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, seeds are a good thing to have too. The more seeds you have, the more options you have. So if you guys can, they have seed buckets that you can buy. There is all kinds of seeds that you can get everywhere, all over the internet. And I think that is a really smart thing to do. Real smart thing to do. So if you can do that, get as much as you can, because being able to grow your own food is definitely going to be something that's important. And knowing what you're doing. Again, if you can do greenhouses, do a greenhouse. It doesn't have to be as elaborate as the one that I'm putting in here, but there's always other options as far as greenhouses. You extend your season depending on what zone you're in, and it's going to make it much, much better for you in the long run. If you can extend that growing season, you can grow more, you can have more things, you can start earlier and grow later. That's just a win-win as far as I'm concerned. And the best part is if you have that greenhouse, it's a controlled environment. So if you have a super rainy summer where there's a ton of rain, it's not going to affect what you have in that greenhouse. And now those are important things too, I think. Really, really important things as well. So, like I said, it's just, it's all about planning ahead as best you can. Try to be as ready as you possibly can. Hey, Red Wolves, did you see the joke that was going on in Congress today? I was upset where my tax dollars are going. I believe Trump will win even bigger in the new year, 2020. I did not see it. I didn't see what was. Oh, I did. The joke that was going. Yeah, the whole thing with what they're doing with that. I am not watching any of that because it's a fiasco. Again, even if he is impeached in the House, okay, he's not getting impeached in the Senate, so he's not getting impeached. This is all a dog and pony show. And thank you very much for that donation, by the way. It's a dog and pony show. It's to distract us from other things that are going on. There's a lot more important things that they need to be doing. One of the things, too, that I forgot to mention the other day in their new bill that they passed for the budget spending, they gave themselves all raises as well. So isn't that nice? They voted themselves in some more raises. So that's important that we give them more money than they already are receiving. So, yep, Choo Rooter Bean made a great statement right there. He said, knowledge is your most important prep. The more, and I've talked about this a lot of times, and thank you for saying that, Choo Choo. The more information that you can take in and have skills and practice those skills, it makes you more viable to a group or something when the time comes. When, the more things that you can learn, Oh, now he's going to come over here and play his games. Guys, would you get rid of Man Love, please? So, thank you very much, my moderators. He's the same one that was over playing the other night with Prepper Prepper Rabbit did a live stream last night, and this young man came over there and was playing a lot of games with Prepper Rabbit, but Prepper Rabbit does not have a moderator, and he was trying to do it himself. And and that's why I told him, I said, make me a moderator and we will take care of him. And so, yes, make sure your seeds are heirloom. Yep, or heirloom, however you want to say it. Yeah, because you want to be able to, once you grow, collect more seeds from those plants and be able to grow again. So, yes, that's important to know. And thank you for mentioning that. That is really, really important. So, let's see. Yeah, both parties know about the coming food shortages. Of course they do. They're privy to all the information that we're never privy to. And again, I'm going to say it again. I've said it probably 100 times, and I'm going to say it over and over again. They are two feathers or two wings of the same bird. They are two sides of the same coin. They have an agenda, and the agenda is not to help you. I don't care what party it is. They have an agenda that they're doing, a game that they're playing. One side wants to look like the good guy, make the other guys look like the bad guy. Now, don't get me wrong. With what is going on right now, it's ridiculous what's going on right now. Absolutely ridiculous. But there's nothing you can do about it. Like I said, it's just a game that's being played. They're wasting our tax dollars playing this game when they should be taking care of our country. That's what they need to be doing. So, Yep, this has happened in every civilization. Thomas said that. Yep, you're exactly right. And great powers crumble from within. That's how they destroy themselves. And that's exactly what we are doing right now. That's exactly what we're doing right now. We're destroying ourselves from within. And it's sad. It's sad to see, because this is a great country. We got a lot more things. I'm planning on building a greenhouse DIY made out of pre-purposed windows. There's nothing wrong with that, Sue. It's anything that you can do like that, it's a good thing. You extend your season no matter how you do it, and you put yourself in that situation. It's a better way to go. Absolutely a better way to go. So very, very smart to do. And but that's just gonna. So hold on one second, guys. So anyway, extending your growing season is important. Being able to grow, knowing what to do, what not to do. And again, practice, practice, practice. Learn how to do it now while it is not life and death. Trying to figure out what you got to do when it's life and death, that's a scary situation. This country seems like it used to be great when you see the old film reels. Well, every generation has its problems. I don't care if it's 100 years ago, 50 years ago, whenever. There's always going to be issues of some sort going on at the time. But the mindset of people has definitely changed in this nation. And I don't want to throw all millennials or any of the young, all of them, because you can't ever lump all those younger people into one category. But unfortunately, a lot of them have that entitlement mentality. Okay, they're entitled to it, they deserve it, they shouldn't have to work for it. And that's not what made this country great. What made this country great was people willing to work their butts off because they were able to live that dream and get ahead, and they knew with hard work and effort that they could. Now, every time you turn around, you're being taxed to death. And so a lot of people have just said, I don't want to do it anymore. They've just had enough. And it's sad. It really, really is, because still in this country, if you put in that effort and you want to make something happen, you can make it happen. That's why I always tell people, follow your dreams. Without dreams, without hope, what do we have? I mean, why are you existing if you don't have some kind of hopes and dreams to better yourself or better your situation, or just to be happy? Here's something I wanted to share this with you guys, and I thought that this was really, really important. So when I was younger, the first time I ever fell in love, I think I was about 23, 24, was the first time I ever felt. I didn't believe in love. I didn't believe in it at all. And my mother had made a statement to me, and I really, at the time, I kind of blew it off, but I thought about it. I take everything in. I take everything in, and then I have to process it and push through it and think it through and go from there. But my mother made a statement, and I think that this can be for a lot of us, okay? And what she said to me was, how can anyone else love you when you don't even love yourself? And at the time, I hated myself. I hated who I was, the whole 9 yards. And that's, that was just a very, very profound and powerful statement. And I think that can go along with a lot of us. How do you expect to get ahead? How do you expect to make this happen or that happen when you have no faith in yourself, when you have no love for yourself? And I just, once I got to a point where I was okay with me, and I liked myself, then things turned around for me. It was crazy how that happened. And, it's weird because love is the best and the worst thing that'll ever happen to you. And how, that's an oxymoron, right? But there is nothing like being in love. Just looking at somebody and just having your heart feel a certain way, it's unbelievable. It's awesome. And then, when, things sometimes when they don't go well or they go south, that is the worst pain that you will ever experience ever in your life as well at the same time. So, but again, a lot of times, and here's an interesting thing to think about. Hold on, I got a hangnail. I can't, they drive me nuts if I get a hangnail. So here's an interesting thing with that, okay? And I'm a big believer in this. And I believe that everything happens for a reason. I think everything happens when it should. Maybe at the exact moment that it happens, you think, oh my God, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life. But for whatever reason, it happens and you learn from it and you grow from it. And through pain, we become stronger. And, it's just, again, Thomas Bezzi says some religions made us hate ourselves. Well, there's a lot of guilt in certain religions. Yeah, they want you to have a lot of guilt, which is unfortunate. Okay. Okay, guys, that one there, Boban, it's the same guy again. He's got like 8 different accounts. If you could get rid of him as well, that would be awesome. So thank you very much for that. So he's gonna burn through his different accounts that he has. So we just have to block him off of all these. So like I said, he was playing with Choo Choo or not. Well, Choo Choo was over there, but at Prepper Rabbit's channel the other day, it's the same guy, and he had like a whole bunch of different accounts. So we just block him from all his accounts, and that'll be the end of that. So, but. Hey, Prepper Nurse, this is Native Navajo is back. Hey, how you doing there, buddy? Young AR-15, welcome back. I didn't even know you were gone, but welcome back. Yeah, they gave themselves raises, but cut veterans' benefits. Go figure. Well, of course they did. Of course they did. Oh, thank you, Sean. Sean Wheeler says your channel teaches us plenty of. It's just a troll. So we just, once you see them, you get rid of them, and that's the end of them. So. They just want to play their little games and get their big jollies, and we just got to get rid of them, and then that'll be the end of that. So not a big deal. Not a big deal. It's okay. So anyway, hey, Emil, welcome. Just got done working. Well, thank you, and I'm glad you decided to join us. But but anyway, like I said, it's like you guys, anybody. And I really truly believe this because I always use myself as an example. Anybody can accomplish anything if you put your mind to it. Really, you can. And it's 13 degrees here in Michigan. Mr. Rose says, "Well, I'll tell you. Let me see what it's saying. It's here right now. It's saying 13 in town. So if it's 13 in town, it's 6 to 8 degrees colder up here. So it's probably about 7 degrees right now up here if we go by 6 degrees. So." Yeah, it's one of those things. Joseph Smith, a troll is somebody that comes on somebody else's channel and just is negative about everything and tries to be nasty and say nasty comments and stuff like that. That's what a troll is. They get their jollies out of trying to disrupt things and that type of stuff. That's all a troll is. So they're not worth the waste of energy. So you just got to get rid of them and then you move on. But it's 105 there. Wow, it's 65 there. Real freedom, preparedness. Yeah, it's like I said, it's going to be a cold couple of nights. They said it's going down to 6 or 7 tonight, 6 or 7 tomorrow night, and then we get a little reprieve, and we get some, like, I think that they're saying Sunday it's going to be 45 and sunny, and then Monday is going to be 47 and sunny. So, crazy. Just, but 17 in Iowa, 36 in Mobile. Yeah, it's weird. Isn't it weird how different parts of the country, the temperature is so different? But yeah, we got a lot of freaking snow up here now too. So I'm pretty sure we're in for a white Christmas. The chances are really good. Even if we get a couple days in the 40s, I think we're going to definitely have a white Christmas up here at the homestead. So headed to 110 in Australia. Wow. That's crazy. Our cabin in the woods is 28 tonight in Oklahoma. Yeah, it's, a lot of the country is very, very cold. And I know, like, in Australia, you guys are in your heat wave. And here's what I think is funny, too. And I wanted to mention this because it's the same thing in the United States that's going on right now in Australia, okay? So they got a lot of fires going on right now in Australia. And what a lot of that is poor forest management, which is exactly what happens here in the United States as well. You get your tree huggers come in and you can't do this and you can't do that. So they're not clearing out the forest the way that they should for a lot of the underbrush and a lot of the deadfall. And so you end up having a lot of problems when these fires come and there's all this tinder there ready to rock and roll and it's nice and dry. And that's what it does. And when you have areas of the country where it gets really dry, not a lot of rain, when it's out of the rainy season, that's what's going to happen. And it happened here in the United States, and now like I said, now it's happening in Australia as well. So a lot of that, and even in the rainforest, you look at all that there. Australian government is selling water to China. Well, that's interesting. I did not know that. So, prepare for a major false flag staged by the Democrats. Well, again, it's like you got to understand. It's like if there's going to be a major false flag, it's a joint thing. They're working together on that, and at the end of the day, their agenda is always to continue to take away, erode our rights, and control. That's exactly what it comes down to. Doki over there in Australia is saying I'm absolutely right. It's poor forest management. Yeah, that's been going on. That's been going on, and it's unreal. And then they wonder why they have these monstrous fires that destroy thousands and thousands of acres of forest. Not a good thing. So, what we got? But. That was years ago with China. Oh, somebody said, they bought the water rights. Okay. Would it surprise me if we have some major false flag this coming year? Not at all. Would not surprise me in any way, shape, or form. Major city, absolutely. That would be the place that I would think. My 15-year-old daughter wants to know if I get home stead and off grid, will she get Wi-Fi for our computers and phones? We see you have it. Yes. My suggestion, if you're going to go off grid and you got kids, definitely have Wi-Fi so they can get on their laptops and still have a normal of life as they possibly can. We have, cell service up here. We have Wi-Fi. I don't have television, but that was a personal choice. There was nothing but crap on TV anyway, and it's so expensive, and it just wasn't worth it to me. Anything I want to find out, I can find out on the internet. We spent most of our time on our laptops anyway. So to me, it just made much more sense to go that way as far as with, just having internet, and getting a higher speed internet is nice. And, the kids will appreciate that. And if you're going to go off grid with children, my suggestion would be we're going to talk about this for a second. So you want to go off grid, you got kids, you're not sure what's going to do legally and all that type of stuff. Okay. Here's what you have to provide for your children. You have to provide for your children. They got to have a place to sleep. They have to have potable water. Okay, so you got to have some kind of water. Doesn't matter if you hump it in or not. You can bring it. You can bring water in if you want to, as long as there's potable water. They can take a shower, and they're clean. All right. So if you want to go off grid, in my suggestion, I did it. My kids were 13 when we moved up here. Okay. The best way to do it is you want to make it as normal as possible. Now, how do you go off grid and make it as normal as possible? Well, power is a big thing. Having power to keep things as normal as possible is a huge, huge thing. And anybody that's watched my channel knows that through the years, I've worked on my solar system, upgrading it, upgrading my panels, upgrading the solar rack. The next step is upgrading the batteries, which I do have the money to do that. I just got to do that yet. That is the next step, is I'm going to be upgrading my batteries. And I'm just waiting, probably going to wait till after the first of the year, and then I'm going to get my batteries and stuff like that I plan on getting. So, Wi-Fi is all you need. Yeah, you really don't need anything else other than that. Obviously you want to have your cell phones and stuff like that, but having Wi-Fi, that's a big step of staying normal. And like I said, it was one of the first things that we did. We got up here, and I think it was 4 or 5 days we didn't have Wi-Fi, and something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was, we had called and they couldn't come out till like the Tuesday or something, and they came out and they put it in at that point. So, it's no TV here for 6 years. Well, hey, you know what, Mike? When we moved out here, we started our 5th year here in June, and I gave up TV. I gave all my TVs away before we moved. Best decision ever made. Don't miss it. Don't miss the nonsense. Again, now here's another great thing, get Netflix. Your kids want to watch stuff, they can go on Netflix. What, $15 a month, something like that? It sure beats paying $190 a month for a bunch of channels with nothing but a bunch of crap on there. So, and then there's no commercials, which is awesome. But that would be my suggestion. But again, if you have children and you want to go off grid, you want to keep it as normal as possible as you can. And the thing is, the reason that you want to make sure that they have a place to sleep, that's obviously a clean place. You can go in a camper. We started out in a 37-foot camper. That's what we started out with here at the homestead. When we first moved out here, I had CPS called on me. Again, that time, I know it was the ex-wife. Maybe she didn't call directly, but she had somebody else call. So they came out, they checked it out. Everything was fine. We had a toilet. We had, water. They had a place to sleep. They were clean. They were going to go to school in the fall. So, everything was there. There was nothing that they could do. Okay. I got CPS called on me the following year. That was somebody off of the channel. And that was fine. Again, they were told that we had no potable water and no toilets. So we showed them what we did, and we showed them what we had, and everything was fine. And that one went away. You're going to get bitter, disgusting people that are going to try to ruin your life. Okay, if you're going to go off grid, especially if you have children, you are going to get people that don't agree with it, that don't like it, that think that it's how horrible that you're doing this to your children, and they're going to try to screw with you. So my biggest advice is, don't give them those reasons to be able to do that. Keep things as normal as possible. There's nothing wrong with going off grid at all. So, having your own power source, having your own well, and those type of things. That is definitely smart. What type of batteries did I decide on? I'm going to go with lithium-ion batteries. That's what I've decided I'm going to go with. I really, really like the Edison batteries, but they are way too far out of my price range. So I'm going to go with a lithium-ion. They have like a 20-year shelf life. I can charge them down to like 20%. And where right now the batteries that I have now, which are Trojan L16Es, I can only charge those down to 50%. Okay, so I can bring these other batteries a lot farther down. It's going to be better for the unit, and I'm still going to keep my old batteries. I'm just going to break my system up because I have 2 charge controllers. Okay, so one charge controller is controlling 9 panels. The other charge controller is controlling 6 panels. So what I'll do is when I get these new batteries, I will put those probably on the 9-panel system. Okay, and then the other 6 solar panels will go on the other charge controller, and they will charge up the regular batteries that I have. So, are you getting battle barons? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with yet, as far as the lithium ion goes, but I haven't. I got to really look around on that a little bit more yet before I decide exactly which one I'm going to go with. So, yeah. How long do you run the generator to reach 3 kilowatt hours? Well, it doesn't work like that, Mr. Rose. It what the batteries do when I'm running the generator, it's giving power to the house, and it charges the batteries up to a certain point. Okay, and that's it depends on how long I run them. So it all a lot of it depends. Like I said, okay, so here's an example. So today, very overcast day here. We did have some snow up here. We pulled in 1.4 kilowatt hours for the day. Okay, so not a tremendous amount of power. So we had to run the generator. So we run the generator. So while the generator is running, it's charging the battery. So what we'll do then is at some point we'll turn the generator back off, and then we run on the batteries again for as long as we can. And that varies. That absolutely varies. And again, like the colder the weather is, like it's going to be really, really cold tonight, you don't want to bring your batteries down too far because of, that cold. That cold is not good for batteries. So you have to take that all into consideration. Let's see. Can your Ames inverter hook up solar and wind as well as the generator? The Ames inverter is not set up for wind. My Ames inverter is not set up for wind. It's set up for charging with the generator, and also switching the DC into AC. So, but it's not set up for wind. No, that would be something you would have to get totally different. You'd have to buy a certain charge controller, a certain inverter that's designed for wind. So, John C. says Trump has been impeached. John, just because he's been impeached in the House does not mean he's impeached, okay? Because they'll pass the impeachment in the House, which we already knew from day one. The day that he was elected, they started talking impeachment. Then they made the whole thing up with the Russian collusion crap, which went on forever and a day. And when that went nowhere, they made up this whole nonsense that they're doing now on hearsay. It'll go to the Senate. It's going to get thrown out. They're going to dismiss it, and he's not getting impeached. So just because he got impeached in the House means nothing. All this whole thing is a distraction. They're trying to discredit him so that he doesn't get reelected, because the Democrats have no viable candidate that can beat Trump heads up right now. They don't have anybody right now. If he goes up against Biden, forget about it. Okay. If he goes up against Bernie Sanders just had a heart attack. So his health is in question, and people will make a decision on who they want as the president based on something like that. They absolutely will. They don't want him to die in office, So a lot of people will not vote for him because of the fact of that reason, because he's a health risk, and so that's why, Ed, if you watch Michelle Obama is going to run, well, I've heard that, and that's a freaking joke too. To be honest with you, I don't see her getting elected if she ran. Absolutely not. What's her experience? What kind of political experience does she have at all? None. She was the first lady. So I don't know. Mr. Rose says we need to install a new governor. Yeah, here in New York, absolutely, we need a new governor in New York. The one we got is no good. And they can take Schumer with them too. It's all a distraction. Exactly, Sean. It's all a distraction. Pay attention to this. Don't pay attention to what's going on over here. That's all that is. So yeah, Bernie's weak anyway. You're right. Exactly. So, but yeah, no, it's like I said, I don't see them putting up a candidate that could beat Trump. I really don't at this point right now. And if it's Pocahontas, as people have called her, because she claimed to be Indian when she was not, I don't think she would beat him either. Elizabeth Warren, anybody who's wondering who I'm talking about. So, have you checked out graphite batteries? Heard they came a long way and are safe for foreign buyers. Oh, I don't know. I haven't even looked at that. I have not even looked at that. So, yeah, JJ, false flag for Virginia Civil War possibilities. A lot of grandstanding going on with Virginia right now, as everybody knows. It's all over in the news. There you have sheriffs saying that they will deputize everybody in the county. They've made sanctuary counties already. They're going to be taking and voting on these new draconian gun laws for Virginia. Okay. And here's the funniest thing, like, and the governor, he's running his mouth, of course, and stuff like that. We'll see what happens with all that situation. I'm a sit back and see kind of guy. Let's see if they pass those laws, and then what they're willing to do, how far they're willing to push, because they can only push so far, and people are not going to tolerate it. Okay, so here's a great example. They're talking about gun registration. Well, gun registration leads to one thing, and one thing only, and this is my opinion. Gun registration leads to gun confiscation. That's it. Because if you register your guns, they know exactly what you have, and down the road when they say, you can't have this, that, and the other thing anymore, and they come to your house, you better either know where it is or hand it over. So those things of, it dropped in a lake and all that type of stuff, or, well, if it was stolen, it's stolen. That's totally different. But, that's all gun registration is about, is gun confiscation. That is it. And they did that here in New York. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't know what the percentage of people that actually registered their guns, but I know it wasn't high. That's, so. Oh, excuse me. Not 100% sure about graphite, just recently heard about it. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just, Kenneth Davis says buying ammunition. That's probably the best thing you can do right now, guys, is, if you don't have a weapon, I would suggest getting a weapon. And then buy as much ammo as you possibly can. Just be smart. Just be smart and be ready. That's important. Be ready for whatever's going to happen. At some point, guaranteed, this I guarantee, this I'll make a prediction. At some point, something will happen. The severity of that event, I can't say, I don't know. Okay, what specifically that event will be, I can't say, I have no idea. But there will be something, and they will try to use it for whatever tool that they wish to use it for. Guaranteed. And again, when they do that, it'll all be about control, taking away more and more of our rights. And so, If you have guns, you should bury at least one somewhere on your own property or somewhere else. Again, I'm a big believer in not having all your eggs in one basket. Have several different spots where you have your weapons. That would be my advice. That's what I would suggest. Also, have alternatives: crossbows, compound bows, slingshots. All those different types of things. There's all kinds of different things that you can get that you could use as a weapon silently, where obviously a gun is not silent. So I've been buying boxes of ammo each paycheck since 2012. Nothing wrong with that, because I've said this before. Yeah, reloading is harder to trace. You're right. Being able to reload your own stuff is great as well. But biggest thing, and I've said this over and over and over again, when something happens, not if, but when, and it will eventually be a when, you will have what you have, and that's it. There won't be anything else at that point. So, you will have what you have. And so the more that you can put together now to be as ready as you possibly can be, definitely a good thing to do. All right, guys, we got 374 in the chat. We're at 222 on the thumbs up. If you would shoot me a thumbs up if you haven't done so already, I definitely would appreciate that. Was watching the stream while cooking dinner for the family. Thank you. Oh, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Nothing wrong with that at all. Don't recommend too much guns or ammo. It's a risk or in a trap. Not necessarily, because it's like ammo you're not going to be able to get anymore. Once either it's made illegal or it's like SHTF happens, you have what you have. There's no more going back to the gun store at that point. So, there's a lot of other options that you can do as well. But you're basically, if you got 2 boxes of 12 gauge shells in your 12 gauge, after you shoot those 2 boxes of 12 gauge, you got a club. That's what you have. So, like I said, I believe in prepping, being ready. If you got a 12 gauge, I would suggest double-aught buckshot and slugger shots. So that's what I would suggest. I think that's what you should get, and get a whole bunch of it and just have it ready to go. That would be my suggestion. Okay. So poison food for marauders. You can do that as well. If you have some food set aside that you don't mind poisoning and leave it for those type of people to steal, let them kill themselves. You never know. I mean, like I said, first thing you should do if SHTF happens and it's a major worldwide type of event, you better distribute your food around and hide it in a whole bunch of different places if you haven't done so already. Having it in different places, having different caches, and I've talked about having caches as well. I think they're important to have. Having different things in different places as that emergency backup, I think it's just a smart thing to do. It's a good thing to do. And like I said, just be as ready as you possibly can be. And because we never know, guys. We never know. And that's something to think about, because it's not, once it goes down, we're all going to be like, I didn't see that coming. And I think that's how it'll happen. We may have been, prepping and getting ready and know something's coming, but I think when it hits, it's going to hit like a jackhammer, and we're not going to be ready for it. So, John Sobel, comments on Virginia, and don't forget to toast JJ. Oh, okay, yes, John, and thank you very much for the donation. So I'm going to toast JJ right now with my green tea. Yep, I finished my other tea, so now I got to drink the green tea. So here's the JJ. But the Virginia situation, I know that they are putting militias together as we speak. People are getting organized. I think that's a great thing to do. But, don't jump the gun. That's what my suggestion would be to anybody in Virginia. Be cautious. Pay attention to what's going on. And in the meantime, get ready. Don't keep all your eggs in one basket. It would be a really good time to, have some, if you have something registered, maybe it gets stolen. That might be something that could happen. You left it somewhere and it got stolen and it's gone. It happens. So, but, I have 32 rounds and no pistol for it. Oh, well, that's, hey, Judy, I'm going to tell you what, and this is something else I truly believe. Having other rounds of ammunition, guns that you don't have, when the time comes, there'll be plenty of them laying around on the ground. So there'll be guns out there that you can pick up, and if you got the ammo for it, well, there you go. So I think you're going to see, have a boating accident. Exactly, Kevin H. It's I'm starting to get low on the green tea. I know I got about 8 of them left over there. I think it's about 8 left, something like that. Yeah, hey, they've lasted a while. So that's nothing wrong with that. It was a great sale. I mean, 2 for $1. You can't go wrong with that. So had a whole bunch, and and then Mom came and drank a whole bunch of them. So, but yeah, but those militias are as divided as can be. Oh yeah, I'm sure, Minnesota Prepper. I'm sure that they are. Well, you got too many people want to be in charge, and and run the whole show and stuff like that. It's just crazy situation. People are tired of the game, and I think that's a big part of it. Winchester on the Harley? Oh, that wouldn't be a bad thing either. Nothing wrong with that. So, let's see what we got here. Yeah, getting, and there's an important thing. If you don't have a firearm and you're concerned, definitely get firearm safety. Learn as much as you possibly can. Know how to handle a weapon properly. It's really important. You don't want to make mistakes. The percentage of people that are killed every year because of mishandling firearms is quite a few people. Quite a few people are killed every year just because of making mistakes. And it happens. Let's just all admit, when SHTF happens, we're all going to be over the place losing our minds. Oh, you know what? I think you are absolutely right. I think everybody in the very beginning, when it first happens, are going to lose their minds. But if you are prepared and you are as ready as you possibly can be, I don't think we'll ever be where we want to be. All we can do is try to be as ready as we can be. And every day that we're given is a gift. Every single day extra that we get is an absolute gift. And it's just, we have to take it at that and use that to our advantage. Educate yourselves. Learn. Practice whatever you're trying to learn. Learn how to do it. Be competent with what you're learning. Again, knowledge is power. Having information, having the books that you need to be able to study and all those type of things, really important. Really, really important. So, all right, guys. So at this point, I'm going to do what I normally do. We are Legion because we are many. There's so many of us out here. We are all over the world, all over the country. And I think it's important, that we're here and that we stand up together and help each other out. I just want to see where everybody's from tonight. So wherever everybody's from, if you would say so, and then we will go from there. Police on the news refusing to take the guns away will be fired, Mr. Rose said. Well, there's a lot of that stuff going on. We got Idaho, Montreal, Canada, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Colorado, Texas, Virginia. Waiting for more to come up here. Nashville, Tennessee, Rochester, New York, Sodus, Michigan, Mobile, Alabama, North Carolina, Chicagoland, Stockton, California, Minnesota, Boston, Massachusetts, Denver, Colorado, BC, Canada, Idaho, Texas, California, New Zealand, Oklahoma, Arizona, Tennessee, Virginia, Florida, the Netherlands, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Northwest Nevada, Northern California, Virginia, Grand Rapids, Minnesota, Yukon, Canada, Georgia, Oklahoma, Simeon, Ontario, the Netherlands, Colorado, California again, Arkansas, Northern California, Port Angels, Washington, the UK, Australia, Oklahoma, Georgia, New Mexico, Madison, Minnesota, Northwest Pennsylvania, Northern Virginia, South Carolina, Prince George, BC, Canada. Let's see, South Idaho, Iowa. Let's see, Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. Denver, Vermont, Parma, Ohio, Kodiak, Arkansas, Michigan, Bristol, Virginia, Kansas City. So, guys, we're all over the place. This was a great representation of everything all over the country, all over the world. We got Alaska and Texas there as well. I mean, it's amazing how many of us there really, truly are. We're all over the place, and we are this huge network of people. And again, and I've talked about that, we got Belfast over here in Ireland. If we got organized, really truly organized, the difference that we could make would be astonishing. And people have no idea how truly amazing of a difference we can truly make. And if we network and get organized, I think it's so important. I really, really do. And the more people that we can connect with, make loose affiliations, form, bonds, I think it's important to do. I really, truly do. And I think that we should try to, encourage each other to do that. I encourage you guys to do that all the time. I think it's going to make a difference when the time comes. If you get overrun where you're at, then, all right, somebody get rid of George there because that's ridiculous. But, if we can, getting organized and squared away, thank you very much, JJ, for taking care of that. If we can get organized and squared away, it's going to make all the difference when the time comes. It really, really will. I want to thank my moderators. They do an absolutely fantastic job. They're awesome. I appreciate their support. I appreciate them being here for every live stream and dedicating their time to make sure that that our chats are clean and that are decent. So thank you guys. I really do appreciate all that you guys do. So, but yeah, the mods have been busy today. Well, see, I went and watched Prepper Rabbit's chat the other day, and that particular individual was the same one that was in his chat trying to disrupt things. And unfortunately, he did not have a moderator to just get rid of the guy. So that's, that's why I actually told Prepper Rabbit to make me a moderator for his channel, and I will help keep his chat clean because it's unnecessary. It's like, obviously, either it's a very small-minded individual or it's a child. It's one of the two, and that's unfortunately how it goes. And what can you do? So, all right, I'm going to ask one more time. I want to see if we can jump this up over 300 on a thumbs up. So if you haven't given us a thumbs up yet, guys, if you would do that, I would appreciate that. Thank you for all the feedback tonight, guys. I do appreciate that as well. Love having the chats. Love talking with you guys. I think it's awesome. Great comments, great input. And, that's how we all work together. And it really does make a difference. Obviously, I can't answer everybody's comment. I try to get in there and look for stuff. And But, and there we are. We're over 300. Awesome. That's cool. So, but yeah, it's just, it's amazing. It really, truly is. But what was I going to tell you guys? I was going to tell you something. Yeah, impeached today, acquitted next week. Yeah, he's going to be acquitted in the Senate, and that's going to be the end of that. And it was all a waste of time and energy. The whole thing was a joke, absolute joke. And the Republicans ripped it apart, and it just, that's the way it is. It's so I did want to mention, obviously, next Wednesday is Christmas, so I will not be doing a live stream on Christmas. Obviously, everybody should spend that time with their families, and I don't expect you guys to come here and watch me on that day. So next Wednesday, I will not be doing a live stream next Wednesday. So I will be doing my normal live stream on Friday. I will do it on Sunday, and I will do it the following Friday again. So, but just next Wednesday, because that's going to be Christmas, I will not be live streaming on that day. I just wanted to put that out there as well. Yep, it was a waste of money with their games. Oh, exactly, the Hatfield Preppers. Exactly. It's a dog and pony show, and they're wasting our time, our tax dollars, and why are they not taking care of things in this country that need to be taken care of? Why? That's what I want to know. Why is that being allowed? You know, when there's so many more important things that really need to be addressed, taken care of, and those type of things. That's kind of where I'm at with that. I can't stand it. It happens and it continues to happen. It's a game and it's unnecessary. You know, get over it. He's the president. He's going to be the president for 4 more years after next year. So, you know, that's just the way it is. And you know what? Get a better candidate for 2024. You know, so we'll see what they come up with then. That should be interesting. Very, very interesting. I hate to think, but who knows what's going to happen in that time period? I mean, you know, so many things can happen this next year. There's a lot of speculation that things are going to happen. We'll see. You know, we will see. But so yes, Emil says Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you very much. And I want, you know, obviously I'm going to say it before, like when I do Sunday stream and when I do my stream on Monday and Tuesday, and obviously I'll put up a video, or remind me of the videos that I put up, and I'll video up on Christmas as well. But Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you have a great time. I hope you get to spend it with people that you care about. Doesn't always have to be family. It's just, it has, you know, people that you love, that you care about. That's the important thing. And, you know, let's support each other. That's a big thing too. I think as a community, we really do need to support each other. I think that's important. Okay. So anyway, guys, remember, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell those people every single day how we feel. Also remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. I just did that part, didn't I? Well, anyway, yeah, make sure you do that. Make sure you tell them. Tell them every day. I guess it's important because my daughter's home, so it's on my mind. Also remember, guys, STD. Remember, one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from getting there is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you, okay? I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you, guys. Sierra Gold said, Ed, you're the best. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I'm here for you guys. Really am. You guys give me so much encouragement and support. You have no idea. You drive me to continue to keep making progress. And I think that that's awesome. So I'm definitely on Santa's nice list. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate that. So anyway, guys, I do want to mention really quickly before I forget. Gotten a lot of cards sent to the P.O. box and stuff like that, a lot of Christmas cards. So everybody out there that has sent me a Christmas card, thank you guys. Really means a lot. I appreciate it. I really, truly do. So thank you all very, very much, okay? Guys, have a great night. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Heather will probably be in the video with me tomorrow, so you get to see little Miss Heather, all right? I will talk to you all later. Preppernurse1, out for now.